There's lots to talk about off of this trip, actually.
So you guys...
So when I sip coffee, should I make the sound like...
It's like a really fancy picture.
But it's just
That sounded crisp.
Slurper?
Yeah. All right. Are we live?
You guys are live.
Interesting.
So,
Well, okay. Well, this is our first time trying this. Miranda and I have a lot that we discuss, and we thought it'd be a cool idea. Well, mostly Miranda thought it'd be a cool idea to get these little mics for this little office we have, and just kind of come in, go on rants, so we can upload our conversations and little podcast sessions for you, the members, to listen to.
Well, I think we can make it available to anyone,
Yeah.
but mostly just
Yeah, we just want you guys to have access to it. But yeah, sure, we'll make it live for everyone.
Yeah, we can make it live for everyone because sometimes I think we have funny stuff to talk about that's not even about fitness, like our Disney trip.
Very true, which is actually what our first episode will be about today. We're just like, let's just give this a trial. We're just going to talk about our Disney trip, and that's it.
Taking a 18-month-old to Disneyland.
Yes, lots was learned, which is kind of cool because we took him when he was 2 months.
We took him a lot when we used to live down there. We went all the time.
We took him twice. We took him when he was 2 months, and we took him when he was 6 months.
Well, we went in February last year, but then we also went right before we moved.
Exactly.
Which was only like a month
and
later.
then we went a couple days before regionals.
Okay, so yeah. So he's been like 4 or 5 times.
Exactly. Yeah.
But taking a newborn to Disneyland is boring, but it's not difficult. No, you just can't really go. We couldn't go on any rides or anything. We just literally walked around and took pictures.
Yeah.
The first few times.
The first few times, right?
And then we went around Christmas too. Remember, we went in Christmas because he rode his very first ride on the carousel.
The carousel, and he did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that was more like Christmas time because the Christmas decorations were up. So he's been a lot.
Yeah.
Because we lived down there and we had our season passes.
Exactly. So we definitely, it was a whole new experience taking him this time around.
So we were there at Disney for, let's see, you guys came down on Sunday and I came to the hotel on Sunday night. And then we were there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, came home Thursday.
Yes.
Which I think is 100, okay, the two things I would say were 100% necessary for having a 1.5-year-old at Disneyland were, number one, staying in the hotel that we stayed in. Because I can't even imagine going, like when he got tired, to get on a shuttle, then go to the car, then try to go to the hotel. Or your other option would be, I guess, finding some random place in the park to let him sleep in his stroller. Like, what else would you do?
Yeah, I would say that one of the biggest perks about staying at one of the Disney hotels, specifically the Grand California Adventure, which is where we stay every time we go, it is on the pricier side for sure, but you're paying for the convenience of having that place literally accessible to you. So when you're tired, or when Knox is tired, or your baby's tired, you literally just walk right back and you're already there.
Yeah, because the one morning, it wasn't the first morning, I think it was the second morning, we went and he was super hyper in the hotel room. We ate breakfast. We were like, oh yeah, let's do it. And literally we didn't have to ride a shuttle. There was no driving, no shuttle, anything. We walked straight into the park. It didn't take long. But as soon as we got in line for the first ride, he started yawning.
Was that for Ariel, the mermaid one?
No. It was the second day.
Oh, second day,
It was the Snow White one. And if we would have been staying somewhere else, that would have been really annoying because we literally just got there. We had been at Disneyland for 10 minutes, but we had the option of going back, which we didn't do. I would say that day was the worst day.
Second day was for sure. Day one, and it was mostly because of his sleeping too. I think that what makes it hard when we travel and we stay at hotels that have, it's just like a single room layout. Knox has his own room that he stays in now. So he's in a position now, he's in his routine, he's in a schedule. We can put him to sleep and he falls asleep. And if he randomly wakes up throughout 1 or 2 in the morning, sometime throughout the night, he will put himself back to sleep because he's in his room. But being in this position, it makes it really hard because he would wake up at midnight or 1 and he'd pop his little head up and he would see mom and dad on the bed. And so...
Not like that. Just like we're on our phones.
Yeah. So no. He would just see us sleeping, and so he would be like, "Oh,
he knew we were right there.
Give me, hey, what's up?" And So then, we had to get up, put him back to sleep, and hope that he fell back asleep, which he did. But eventually, like, he would wake up at like 5 and it was over. He would not go back to sleep.
No, we were up at 5 every day.
Yeah. So the second day we got lucky, which we remember, kids, it was like the 7 a.m.er.
Yes.
But that was also
the day he got super tired.
He was super cranky.
So the night that I got there, you guys got there on Sunday. The night that I got there, it was already like, he was already in bed when I was able, because I was at the seminar like an hour away, and I drove over. And you're right, like we could have gotten a room, a hotel room there, like a suite, but that's like way over the top pricey. Like we weren't.
I'd rather pay off our whole cars. Than
it would have been like $1,500 a night or something crazy like that.
It's insane.
But so he's asleep, and you have to let me in, and I had to
do your night routine.
I mean, just to wash my face and like brush my teeth and stuff. But also, I had some work that I had to do on the computer.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, like I had to do it in the bathroom.
It gets really hard. But so, like I said, you're paying for a premium. But the accessibility of having a close room, I would say it's extremely beneficial for when you're starting to get your kids a little bit more aware of where they're at and things like that, when it really starts to pay off at that point, right? Obviously, like I said, it's good to have him so close. So when it was time for his naps, we'd just go up. We'd put him. It was easy to just put him down to sleep as opposed to relying on a stroller to put him to sleep and just getting stuck to being there all day.
The other thing I'll say that saved us was that you went grocery shopping when you first got there to get like as much of our regular food as the refrigerator was ridiculously small.
It was a little tiny college dorm room, smaller than a college. It's like a very small.
It's probably what Paulo has in his house.
Yes, maybe.
Like it's like one of those ones that it's like a mini bar fridge.
It's a mini bar fridge.
Yeah, it was like a mini bar fridge, but we knew some people down there who cooked us some food, which was really nice.
Yes.
So we could have our normal like rice and chicken and stuff like that, because we're not trying to eat out for 4 days.
Especially not there, right? And I would say a quick shout out to like Mush. That we really were powered by Mush. Mush is a
pre-prepared overnight oats.
Exactly.
That you can get at Whole Foods.
Yeah, and they're so tasty.
Yeah.
We met them at Wadapalooza, which they were actually in Shark Tank.
Yeah, we saw that. Have you seen the Shark? We got to pull up that Shark Tank episode.
I think we did see it, and because we discussed
before we knew them, though.
Yeah, before we knew them. But anyway, it was super tasty, and actually, like, it was amazing that we had that because it was great. It was great fuel for us.
All of us ate it, all three of us. And then you got stuff for him, like his fruits and stuff like that. And then the only meal that we really ate out, which is not really eating out, is we did order eggs
room service
and bacon
every morning.
and stuff for breakfast. So we had our regular like eggs, bacon, and oatmeal type breakfast meal. But his eating was really random the whole time too.
It was completely off.
He was off his schedule, which I think is probably pretty normal for a kid.
I think when they travel, the first day of travel is probably really off for a lot of them in general.
Yeah.
So let's recap Monday. Monday was a good day. Obviously.
So the other night, this is the other nice thing about staying in a Disney hotel is you get the magic hour, which Knox was up at 5. So the magic hour goes from 8 till 9?
Yes.
You can go in before they open the park to anyone else.
Yes.
And Monday was great because we went into California Adventure and we literally rode like 3 rides in that hour period and ran around, and there's not a ton of people everywhere.
Empty. Yeah. So
it's like empty.
It's perfect for him. It was like his own little runaround playground.
Yeah, we went on the aerial ride once.
And he liked it a lot, actually.
What is it? The Little Mermaid? What is it called?
I'm not sure, just Little Mermaid ride.
So yeah, that's and all these were in California Adventure, because the way that it works is for the magic hour, one day it's California Adventure, the next day it's Disneyland, back and forth, right?
Yes, it alternates back and forth.
Yeah, so Monday was California Adventure, and we went and did the aerial ride, which he had been on before.
Yes.
He had been on that ride a few times because you can just hold him. It's very slow, like it doesn't, no jerkiness or anything. And then we took him on your favorite ride.
The Midway Mania one?
Yeah, like the ride where you like you like shoot the little targets and get points, and you go really wild with it.
I go really intense for sure. So that was Monday morning. So that's really nice about that little magic hour. So by the time we were done with those, he was ready to kind of go back to sleep.
Also on Monday morning, we deployed the harness, the leash.
Which I thought was funny because like for me, like Miranda felt like very like, she was like very, you were like, you were just, didn't want people to say judge you or anything, right?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't know that how much time you have spent like looking up like in general if this is good parenting or not, but people have really, really strong feelings that are anti-leash.
I know.
Like really strong. And I don't think that anyone would look at us and be like, oh, that's a crappy dad. Like, it's 100% blamed on the moms. Anything like that is 100% blamed on moms.
Interesting.
It's moms. The dads don't care. They're like, oh, whatever. Like, it's, as long as it's not bugging me. But the mom's like, oh my gosh, how dare you put your kid on a leash? It's not a dog.
Yeah.
You know.
I think, like I said, I was talking about it earlier today actually with the group, but we got to a point where we realized that every child is completely different, and I think that with us, we realized that Knox is 18 months old. He is in a position where he doesn't understand, because Miranda and I talked about this a lot. We talked about it a lot in the mornings, you know, and how we felt about it. He's not in a position where he doesn't even know our names. He just knows mom and dad.
He called me Mono this morning, which is his nickname.
Yeah, he knows. He thinks his name is Little Mono. You know, so he doesn't process commands really, like what's dangerous, what's not. If someone scoops him up, things like. And he's in a position where he runs. He's super fast.
He's really fast.
Yeah, he just bounces and takes off, and then you don't know. Other people may not be paying attention, and they trip over him. That's the worst, like tripping over a baby, because I've done it. And I'm just, you know, like kids like just run around across your feet.
I've definitely tripped, or I've tripped him several times.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, like so sorry, and you feel so bad. But with this leash thing, it's not something that's going to be like permanent. This is just based off of what we want. There's some people that I know we saw like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds that had the backpack leash over there.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, right? Like I said, again, what I'm getting at is based off of where Knox is at right now, I don't trust him to walk around on his own.
He's only known how to walk for 6 months, like at all.
Yeah.
He's only known how to walk. But then the main thing that you're saying is right, like he doesn't know his own name. So let's say somehow he does get lost. If someone were to find him and ask him his name, he would be like, Papa?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
He would be crying. He just wouldn't know. Yeah, it would be like the worst.
He doesn't know his name. He doesn't know our names, like you said, and he's fast. And the other thing is that I noticed when we were walking around, and I had a feeling this would be the case. Like you said, there was other like little 4 or 5-year-olds on the leashes, whatever. There was not a single child of his age walking at all.
They were in strollers.
So it's funny because when people talk about the leashes, their main thing is you're constricting your child, and it's lazy parenting. That's like the main thing. It's lazy. Like you don't want to watch him, so you put him on a leash. But I don't understand how forcing him to stay in the stroller is less lazy. Like, you're completely strapping him down to the stroller. I can be on my phone scrolling Instagram. Not only am I not worried about him running away, but he can't even see that I'm not paying attention to him if he's in the stroller. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's in front of me, like, he's just strolling around. But Knox hates being in the stroller, and he's capable of walking. He loves walking. But he's not, like you said, he's not responsible enough. He doesn't understand commands enough or know what's going on enough. Like, even when he is being well behaved, he doesn't understand enough to just like go. When it wasn't crowded, 100% we let him run around. Yeah. But when it was crowded and there was like, you know, people everywhere and stuff, we put him on the leash.
I would say Disneyland for sure was one of those places that gets extremely crowded. I would actually prefer to keep him on the leash at Disneyland over California Adventure.
I want to put you on the leash at Disneyland because it's so crowded.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was really bad. You know what was interesting too, because we posted a picture of him on Monday and we had somebody comment on that post with like an emoji. Mm-hmm. And saying
it was like the facepalm emoji.
The facepalm emoji and said, what did it say? It was like 2 words, but it was
leash
just like,
facepalm emoji.
Yeah, like, and me and Miranda kind of commented back at that person saying like, I'm sorry, like, is there an issue? Like, and they're like, oh, just didn't really see you guys as a leash, or I didn't see you. And this is where you're right. I think the moms are the ones that take most of the heat because for me, I jumped in because I was kind of like defending Miranda a little bit, but at the end of the day, it was like he commented saying, oh, is this not a platform where we could state our opinion and this and that? I just didn't see you as a leash person. And then I commented, I was like, actually, you didn't state your opinion. You kind of judged us right away by putting that little facepalm emoji, which is actually not useful. and you said, oh, but you do you. It's like, well, we were doing us. So this makes no sense that you actually put that comment. And then, so he actually apologized because then Miranda commented toward that guy as well, which is awesome. But again, going to the fact that I think you're right, the women get the most heat for it because, of all these, the moms are supposed to be the moms and they're supposed to be responsible for everything. But,
well, it's funny too because it's people are very judgy about different things. Like, I have strong feelings about parents feeding their kids a churro at 7 o'clock in the morning at Disneyland while they're walking around.
Balls of cotton candy and all that stuff.
Or those
yeah.
Dole Whips.
That's
the Dole
worst.
Whips are the worst. But I'm not going to go on someone's Instagram, especially a stranger that I don't know, and comment about it. It's so weird. But those are the parents that are judging you back, right? Like, you can see the looks on their faces with their kid that's 5 years old riding in the stroller, eating a Dole Whip, thinking that you're a bad parent because you got your kid who wants to run and play on a leash and you're just trying to keep him safe. The other thing is Knox isn't tall enough to hold our hand.
Nope. And he doesn't know that concept either yet.
Nope. So I would have to literally be bent over holding his hand, or not being in contact with him at all, because all the parenting websites are like, well, just hold their hand. Well, he's not even 2 years old. He's not tall enough to hold my hand.
I do believe in listening to, because Miranda kind of bought me an audiobook that I've been listening to, which I think is great, but getting too sucked in or zoned in and what online advice says can get so overwhelming and annoying, to be honest, because each child is completely different. And I think based off of, it's just being aware of why you're being honest with yourself as to why you're doing what you're doing for your child. But for us, I don't care what any article has to say about it, we felt that we wanted to let Knox run around, exert his energy. We'll chase him, but having him on the leash, backpack leash, was freaking awesome for us. It helped made us feel extremely safe and comfortable to the point where even if we let it go and stuff and he can run around, we're still in a position where we could reach it and stuff like that, right?
There's got to be a gap between stroller and free walk.
Yeah.
There has to be something in between those two things.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like he was super proud of his little monkey backpack rolling around. He felt like he was like a big kid.
Oh yeah, he loved it. He laughs out loud. He's just running around so happy.
And it's not like chasing, because the other option too is we would have had to chase him if he wouldn't have had the backpack on that day. It would have been chasing and screaming. And now it just turns this whole thing into this stressful situation for us that turns it into stressful because he can tell when we're stressed and we're screaming at him the whole time. Now he associates running around and having fun at Disneyland with being screamed at and chased and tackled to the ground, which we did have to do a couple times actually when we had him off the leash.
Oh my gosh.
He would run so fast and freak out, and he would arch his back and do that. When we tried to put him in the stroller, the leash worked so much better.
It did. It definitely did. And I think another thing that bothered me with that post with that guy said, he's like, oh, well, I had 3 kids and I never had to leash any of them. It's like, dude, I know,
that's why I wrote back to him, have you ever been to Disneyland? Because we don't leash him at the library or the park.
In our local areas, right? We don't really leash them then. It's like, look, I don't care how you raise your 3 kids. If you're going to give your opinion, say your opinion, oh, that's cool that you're doing what you're doing. I personally never had to use this, but hey, if that works for you, that works for you, But don't come in with negativity and just leave it with negativity. It's look, anybody can come at you and judge you for your choices that you made with your children or your life, but just don't, right? Everybody's completely different. And so for you to use your 3 kids in as example, it's well, my son's not your 3 kids and your lifestyle is completely different from my lifestyle and our mentality is completely different than your mentality. So no one's going to get anywhere with this. So leave your judgments to yourself. Share us with you, your experience, why you're pro anti-leash, but at the end of it, just let it be known, but hey, if that works for you, that works for you, and cool. Keeping your kids safe, awesome. Now I can totally start seeing how kids, the future, which is the sports and the group settings, how annoying it is going to be.
The parents.
Oh my goodness, I do not look forward to that one bit, right? Because for everyone, their child is their world, and their child is always right. Their child is never wrong, kind of deal, and that's just going to be interesting. Navigating and having the patience and tolerance for, if someone is being ridiculous, but they don't think they're being ridiculous, it's going to be wow. But anyway, we are pro backpack in certain situations that we feel are certain responsible times to have the backpack on, which was any crowded area that we don't know who these people are, that's extremely crowded, that's when we're going to use it 100%.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I mean, I don't assume that it will last very long. Like
once you understand
old
stuff.
enough to know what's going on and be able to like listen to commands and like instructions, and yeah, I don't see it lasting super long, but it was perfect for this trip.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day on Monday we were busy. That was all we got to go to the park that day.
Yes, and then because we ended up announcing our garage gym makeover. We had a member who won a $5,000 garage gym makeover, which Rep Fitness, RPM, Assault Bike, Progenics, Route 4 Sandbags are all going to help put together with us as well. This is our second year doing it, and we're super, super pumped with who won it. His name's Derek Suter. He's an awesome guy.
He's a teacher. He's a teacher at a high school in Illinois and like a coach for some of the sports over there and stuff, and has 2 kids of his own and
2 daughters.
Works out at home, so he's awesome. So we had that, and then we had the meeting with Jeb and Carolina, who are our maintenance / helper coaches for street parking, and getting them, just meeting with them about some stuff that we have coming up. And so we didn't get to go to the park. We only got to go to the park once on Monday.
The good thing is we do take my mom, who's Knox's nanny, and we put him in a position where like he can still have fun and run around and do things like that with her, which he's in safe hands once again, and it's great. But Monday was a great day. Not only did we do that, obviously the meeting with Jeb and Carolina went great because they're going to be.
We went on our date.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't got to that part yet. But yeah, Jeb and Carolina were super pumped because they are going to be the new addition to the SP team. And so
they're kind of part of it already.
They are.
More, though they're going to be doing more. Jeb's going to be helping with like a lot of coaching videos, and Carolina's going to be helping with continuing to help with the maintenance, but then all the postpartum stuff too.
That's going to be so awesome. That's going to be great. But yes, so we ended up celebrating our 1-year anniversary / Valentine's. That's kind of like we like to group it together. I think it's great.
He likes to group it together.
I love to group it together. So Monday night, Miranda actually planned a surprise. She ended up.
We worked out. Actually, we worked out before the date too.
Yeah, which was awesome. We were able to get our workout in.
What did we do?
It was like the 12-minute AMRAP of 5 hang cleans, 5 push press back squat.
Yes, so we went down to the there's a okay gym at that hotel.
Yeah, I think it's great.
We did this. It was the street parking workout of that day. Like it was the actual workout of the. That was on.
No, it was
the day before.
Workout for the next day.
And there was a couple people in there. It's always a little awkward doing, actually doing a workout.
Kind of, but
when other people are in the gym, because they're usually just doing the cardio machines or whatever. But we went in there and did it. We were there for like 30 minutes and then we bounced.
Yes.
It was while Knox was napping anyway with Grandma.
Yes, which was awesome. So we ended up driving down to San Fernando Valley. We ended up going to Encino, actually. I used to take these private lessons with these dance instructors.
Well, first we went to the restaurant.
Yeah, we went to the restaurant to go eat, which was the place Aroma Cafe, which was the first place where I took Miranda to go have like a late lunch, early dinner.
It was just we were stuck because there was so much traffic and I was hungry. It was like probably like 4 or 5 o'clock.
So anyway, this was the first place we went, technically our first place where we had like alone time. We got to know each other, and then so we ended up going back there actually and had the same exact meal plus some like dessert, and it was great. It was relaxed.
There was a couple that I think were on their first date right next to us.
It was so awkward.
And I almost, while you were at the bathroom, so there was this couple, it might have been like a Tinder situation or something, because they were asking each other like what they do for work and all that stuff.
It was just the awkward jokes that people play on a first date.
It was really definitely their first time hanging out, and I almost told them like, oh my gosh, is this your guys' first date? Like we're celebrating our 1-year wedding anniversary, and we came here on our first date, kind of. But then they were so awkward with each other, and I felt so bad for her before I got to say anything.
It was definitely a Tinder swipe.
That I didn't even want to put that on her, because I didn't want him to be like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna end up like them, and for her to be like, I actually can't wait to get away from this guy.
Yeah, that guy was a clown.
So I didn't put that on them. I didn't put that pressure on them there.
Good. So we had great dinner, and then we ended up going over to a one-on-one salsa lesson with instructors that I used to take classes with at an Encino. So that was super cool.
Herzog Dance Studios.
Herzog Dance Studio. It's Babette and Dimitri. Amazing. They used to be professional dancers. They're super legit. Like really nice.
They're like
classy. They're super classy too.
If you take like some of the high level like CrossFit Games athletes and then have them open their studio, that's them. They were like big time dancers. I think. I don't know. I'm assuming they might have sucked, but I don't know. I think they were really good.
No,
because they still judge and stuff all over the world.
She gets flown out everywhere to go judge competitions.
Yeah.
Which is super cool, and they're nice, great personalities. So yeah, we did like a little one-on-one lesson, and it was great. It was just like it was great. It made me like really miss taking classes like that with like and wanting to do them with Miranda, because I know a while ago she surprised me with something similar as well with them. And yeah, it just sparked interest in looking up some classes out here, and I think it's just great, like one-on-one date time, right? Because we get comfortable, and I think a lot of couples get comfortable with doing like just a dinner and a movie or dinner or something, right? But breaking outside of that mold, I think, is that extra added piece that relationships really need. I think for us, I mean, for me, like I just really enjoyed it because it's fun. It was fun, and you know, dancing's a lot of it's like an intimate dance. It's intimate, and so I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice.
So we took a risk though, because at first I could tell when I told you where we were going that you were nervous about it.
Yeah, because there's a place called Floridita in LA or in Hollywood, which is nice, but it's one of those things now where it's like it starts at 9 and it goes until midnight. And
he thought we were going there.
I thought we were going there, which is cool and all, but when, man, like being what we're doing and like first-time parents and business and everything that we're doing, 9 o'clock is I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to just chill. And
you asked me like at least 6 times.
I did. I was worried that's
even your mom said you were worried about it. She was like, he's really worried you're gonna take him to the club.
I was really worried about that. And it's a cool place. It's like very.
No, it has like the live band and everything. We went there a couple times together when we lived there still.
But man, I was just not ready. I had like a trip of memory lane as we were driving down there. One, because of all the traffic.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We took a risk. I could tell you were kind of like, because we had just finished our workout, and I was like, listen, I'm going to tell you actually what we're doing, because otherwise I was worried we were going to be sitting in traffic for an hour and a half, and you would be like, where are we going and why are we doing this?
Yes.
So I told you the plan. Well, I think we had a good talk before where it's like, listen, we might be late to the dance class because we know there's going to be traffic, but let's just even if we are 20 minutes late, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is our date night. It doesn't matter if we're on time or whatever. We're always so stressed out about that kind of thing. And so we were 15 minutes late. Yeah, but it was fine.
It was totally fine.
It wasn't like we weren't trying to like nail down a routine or anything. We just wanted to dance together and get out and do it.
And that was perfect. And it was really nice
because
there
was bad traffic.
I mean, we left at 4 from Orange County. That's like, you're in prime time traffic. It took us like an hour and 45 minutes to get to.
It was also a great reminder as to why we don't live there anymore.
It was a great reminder as to why we don't live there anymore. And it was a great, like I said, it was just like a memory lane of loving the fact that I just do not act anymore because all those auditions.
Yeah, he was like so funny. He'd be like, oh, I remember I used to have to stop at this, whatever, 7-Eleven after my auditions was such, what did you say? It was like, you were saying some really funny stuff about how it was like, the road of lost hopes and dreams or wasted time and like
you know, it was just like I had like all those feelings that I had with going to auditions and then getting scheduled like at 3:45, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that means I'm stuck in traffic. And this is what I said. You get stuck in traffic after this auditions, and then you have all this time. You have a bad audition, and you have all this time to think about how shitty that audition went while you're driving home from your audition. You're like, oh my God, I really screwed that one up. Now, gosh, I'm a failure. So all those negative feelings, you have all that time in traffic to really soak those in. So I was like, I do not miss those whatsoever.
How many, like, when you were like actually like in it, like really doing it? Because I know when you and I met, you would blow off auditions all the time because you were kind of on the way of being over it. But
I was in denial about my new career choice.
Did you have a career choice?
I mean, technically at the moment, I think, I thought about CrossFit being a career choice.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's huge mistakes.
But how often were you like doing the drive of shame?
I would go at least like on heavy audition times, maybe twice a week.
Okay.
And then I attempted to get a commercial agent, which is a total oh my gosh, guys, look. Commercial auditions really suck.
Like
you want to throw all your dignity.
Commercials.
Yeah, commercial. Anything that you believe in just gets tossed out the window. You literally get told dance monkey dance, you dance like a monkey and you dance. Like it's bad. Commercial auditions and those things pop up so much. Here's the deal, right? Just with anything, I think that you put in the work, you get a good break, or you're genuinely really, really talented at it. But there's more than just there's a lot of talented people that don't get a break in acting. I think a lot of it there's so many factors that get put into that. But, man, those are some times I just do not miss, to be honest. I don't miss them. And it was just a great memory lane as we were driving there and back. Mm-hmm. But it was cool. It just made me appreciate where we're at right now, big time.
Yeah, we drove past a bunch of restaurants that we had been to on different dates. That was kind of fun.
It was. So all in all, Monday night was great. We got home and actually Knox slept the longest, till 6:30, 7 the next day, but that's also when he was really cranky.
So the next day was the really bad day. We tried to take him the magic hour, which was ridiculous.
At
the
Disneyland.
Magic hour was at Disneyland this time, but it wasn't even worth it because they only had a small section of the park open.
The rides behind the castle.
Yeah, all the people were there, and so it was just as crowded as the normal times.
Yes, it was.
And we ran in. I wanted to take him on Peter Pan because that's my favorite one, but the line was already 45 minutes long during the Magic hour. And then, so we took him on Snow White, and that's when he started yawning immediately. It was as soon as we got there, and he was cranky in line for Snow White. And then, I don't know about you, but I felt this kind of last time we were there, but I really felt it this time. Those rides, the little Snow White, Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh, all those rides are really dark and creepy, for little kids. There's no happily ever after. It's all that. The whole Snow White ride was the witch trying to get you to eat the apple and cackling in your face.
It was pretty creepy. I was probably more scared than Knox for sure.
I felt bad for him. I was what are we teaching him? Is this how kids become I don't know.
Terrified.
What gives them psychological problems is because we take them on these rides?
I think Peter Pan is probably the better one out of those ones, to be honest.
Maybe that's why the line was the longest.
Yeah, but Snow White and Pinocchio and Winnie the Pooh, all those are
the Winnie the Pooh one is here's your first introduction to being on drugs.
Yeah, for sure. It's all these weird yeah, it's really strange for sure. You're hallucinating. It's pretty crazy. I'm wow. But again, and then we tried the Dumbo thing.
So, what happened with the Dumbo thing is after Snow White, we were he's not having it. Let's take him back to the room. But we were letting him walk around unleashed, by the way.
Too crowded.
And he was obsessed with the Dumbo ride. He could see it. And it's just one of those, it's not the inside one. It's just the one where you're in a little Dumbo and it goes up and down and up and down and around in a circle and you can watch the other kids on it and then that's it. And he was kept running back to it. So I was he doesn't even know that he has the option to go on a ride or not. But I was I think he wants to go on this ride. Mm-hmm. So we got in line. It said 20 minutes, which we were okay, cool. We can distract him for 20 minutes. He was miserable.
He was over it.
And so were we.
Yeah.
But we held on for probably 12 of those. We were almost there. Mm-hmm. He was crying. He was hitting us. He was arching his back. He wanted to get down, but then he would try to sneak through the little things. And
all the
you were trying to use your go-to show him Moana videos on your phone. We were singing. We were acting ridiculous.
Yeah. And then it was just a fail because it was at that point where we realized, okay, now our child is once he starts hitting us and smacking us in the face or out of frustration, that's when okay, he's over this.
We were at that point we were in line for us to prove that we could make it. He's not going to remember that he went on that ride. He doesn't even know.
No.
It
was all for us for sure. And I think once we realized that and once you get past the fact that Disneyland is not really good for the rides, in that stage of where he's at right now, but it's good for taking pictures at a lot of random places.
Yeah, because he's not even old enough for us to explain that, hey, we're waiting for something. You are going to be on the Dumbo. He can't even register mm-hmm. that where he can watch it and be oh, that's going to be me soon. Mm-hmm. So he just thinks we're standing there and holding him and refusing to put him down. He doesn't even know that we're we can't even explain the concept of as soon as we get up there, you're going to get on the Dumbo.
It was one of those moments, though, and obviously all parents go through this, but when he gets to that stage of tantrum, you leave and you're walking back up to go get him to take a nap, and It's just silence. Like, you don't even want to talk to each other. Miranda tries to like, don't talk to me right now because I'm trying to process what we just went through. Like, don't take this awkward, like this silence as personal. Like, I'm not mad at you, because I know a lot of the times in the beginning, Miranda's like, "Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?" Now we're at a point where I'm just like, "That was really rough." Like,
we were so exhausted after that Dumbo line.
Like, I was like, "Don't talk to me. I just want silence right now." Actually,
he was just tired that day, and then he slept. And then we ended up going back, but we went to California Adventure again. Or what did we do? I don't remember what we did the rest of the day on Tuesday.
I don't remember. That's how tired we were. Seriously, I don't know if we went back to...
I don't remember either.
No, we went back to Disneyland because we took him to the Tiki Room.
Oh, yes. So we ended up we took him on Pirates.
Yeah.
So after he had the nap and ate and everything, I think he pooped too or something, we took him and we had a 15-minute wait for Pirates, but the only reason that we were able to make it is because there was birds flying over the head of the line the whole time, like in the actual sky, like real birds. And
he's fascinated by birds right now.
He loves birds. So he was fascinated by the birds long enough for us to get him on Pirates. And he did good on Pirates.
He did.
But he still wasn't like...
It wasn't his favorite. He was just kind of like...
He doesn't get pumped about the rides.
No. And then we were able to do a whole new world. Oh, sorry. It's a Small World. We did Pirates.
Small World was yesterday, or the day on Wednesday,
You're right.
So we just took him to the Tiki Room.
Which he loved.
Oh. If you guys have never been to the Tiki Room at Disneyland... It is perfect. It's like parents' paradise because it's kind of long. Like, you get to sit down. It's inside, so if it's hot, you're shaded, or if it's raining, you're out of it. And there's like this whole it's super creepy. It's like all these birds that like sing and like.
You took me to it before we had Knox, and I was like, "What the heck?"
My dad loved it.
Yeah, I was like, "This is really weird."
But now I know why my dad loved it, because I have 5 siblings. So you take all 6 of us in there, and you get to sit there, and we'll actually sit still for whatever it is. 15, 20 minutes, and you just get to chill.
Yeah, makes sense.
And just your kids aren't annoying you, you know. I'm sure
The only down part about that is when you leave that place, you have the Tiki Room song stuck in your head.
I still have it in my
Tiki Room. Really weird. It's really weird.
It's really cool though. I like it a lot. I don't think I had been in it since I was little until I got pregnant, and then I remembered my mom told me that my dad used to love taking us in there.
At the end of the day, I think these stages are like all about like taking pics and like having the memories for sure. So he can look back, and like I took that little car pic. It's 2 years in a row now, which I'll definitely do it again. We'll see what kind of position I can pull it off in, because I mean it was already a tight fit. But yeah, you just create memories.
My favorite memory from something that I'll remember from this trip of Disney is how he learned that he can yell for Papa.
That was really cute.
So every time we would get in line for something, I would take Knox, and Julian would go to where the stroller parking is, because there's like stroller parking, and he would. I'd be like, "Where's Papa?" And he'd be like, "Papa!" Screaming like while we're in line, like there's people around us, "Papa!" And then as soon as he could see you, he would yell it even more until you got to us.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And he brought that home. Like he's been doing it since we've been home.
Yeah, he does. It's so funny. So that's those are all cool parenting moments.
We didn't buy him anything. Grandma bought him like a toy, because once again,
he's not gonna know what he's getting.
You want to buy him all this stuff. You want to like be like, "Oh my gosh, what do you want?" But he's not gonna remember any of that stuff. And the stuff at Disneyland is expensive.
It is, even as an annual pass holder.
We even wanted to get him the ears, but I tried putting a pair on him, and he ripped it off immediately, and I knew it was going to be a waste of $20.
For sure. Absolutely. So it was a good trip as far as spending wise too. I mean, the food situation, we did the best we could with it.
We took him to the gym on Wednesday with us and worked out one at a time and let him run around while the other person was working out. He loves that.
Yeah, he does. So that was really nice for him. And then traveling was really nice actually on the way back. We discovered that getting like dried fruit, dried mango specifically, is like a huge saver, because Miranda...
I don't have enough. He still breastfeeds, but it's like not enough in there to do very much.
Yeah, because usually like the trick would be to get your child to nurse while you're doing takeoff and landing so it pops his ears. But now mangoes, dried fruit, so he chews on it constantly.
And he had his own seat for the first time on this trip, which was really helpful.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's because you can get away with not paying for a child or a toddler until 2 years, and then they charge you, but no way. Like, he's at that point where he's no longer lap sitting. for that long.
No, he's too big, and he's too, like, he just wants his own space.
Yeah, he hates being constricted.
Yes.
Completely, so.
But he, like, understood the concept of taking off and landing. Like, he knew we were in an airplane. Like, I could tell he really looked out the window, where every other trip when I've tried to get him to look out the window to see, like, us taking off, he wasn't interested in it at all.
He discovered little headphones, too, because luckily Alaska Airlines had, like, a bunch of movie selections for kids, and they had Moana. So he actually napped really well, actually. And then when we were landing, he sat next to me and we gave him a little headphone, and he kind of realized what it was, and it was perfect.
Yep.
And so that kind of held us until we got here. And then getting home, too, is awesome because he even understands the concept of being home now. He gets excited.
Oh, he got excited to see the dogs. He always, like, runs to, like, make sure all of his toys are still there, and he's all pumped about it. And back to the bubble baths, because we had a shower the whole time. We didn't even have a bathtub, so he was introduced to the concept of taking a shower, and he would just play with his toys in the shower.
It was so random. And then what else? But yeah, and then back to, he woke up definitely in, like, normal time, like 6:30. I mean, before we left, he was getting into, like, flow of past 7, but I feel like he will get back into that. But it was just day one, which is nice. And it feels good. It feels good to be back home.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It did. It was a good trip. So,
what was your most memorable thing? Because mine was the Papa thing, but what was yours?
I would say having a moment of, like, I think really watching him run around and, like, kind of being next to him. It was like that father-son moment of, like, oh my gosh, this is my child, and this is, like, I'm at Disneyland. I used to be in these steps with my dad, like that full circle coming back around. And then so when I send those, you took a lot of pics, and I was looking at them and sending them to my dad. It was just like a nice little, evolution of things, and it was just kind of cool.
That's
it was
awesome.
Really cool. But I would say that, and then just in general, like the funniness of, I think that going through all these rough parts of the parenting, as much as they're rough at the moment, you look back and you're like, well, that's why it's so, thank goodness we have each other for that. Because oh my gosh, props to single parents out there for sure, because now we had to tag team it a lot.
Yep.
For that. And then our date, like I said, how much I really enjoyed, like, the dancing lesson for sure.
Yeah,
because
awesome.
I came back, like even brought it up again. I was like, we really need to go take classes, like, just as like a little more bonding stuff, because it was cool. So thank you for that. But yeah, we look forward to doing it again next year, because it's
we'll go like a yearly thing. I think that'd be cool.
I think so.
You could get your yearly pick. He'll be like 16, sitting on your lap in that car.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if he'll be sitting on my lap at that point, but we'll do something different.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna, not that I wish for that moment to happen, but because I like enjoying every process of him growing up. But that time will come where he's gonna be. She even said it. She was like, "Oh, you guys are gonna have so much fun on these rides."
Yeah, like the Buzz Lightyear ride and the Midway Mania, where you, like, shoot the little targets. Because he started doing it on Wednesday when we took him on that ride again. He started pulling on the little trigger to try to shoot the things. Like, I would aim it and he would pull it. I don't know if that he knew what he was doing. He was just copying you.
Oh, at that point I knew. I was like, "Oh, it's going down. Like, we're going magic hour every hour for sure." Like, to the point Miranda's gonna be able to do a spa thing, and we're gonna be the children for sure, running into the theme park. Yeah. So.
All right.
But yeah, that was great, guys. That's a little random.
Now we're back to normal.
Back to normal. Back to getting our stuff ready, and before we had planned our next trip to Vegas with the whole SP community, 180 people plus.
Yeah.
Dang, can't wait for that one. That one's gonna be really fun. We had some surprises for them that we're gonna release there at Vegas.
Yep.
Well, great, guys. We'll save this. We'll so that you guys can.
This is our first recorded podcast. I don't know what this is, but we recorded it.
Sure.
Now we have it.
Yeah, for you guys, so you can, like, hear our story and you'd be like, yep, I've been there. Oh man, maybe it'll bring back some memories for you guys, or for those of you guys who are heading in the journey that we are. As maybe first time parents as well. Things to expect. So we'll just keep capturing our little stories here.
Yep.
All right, guys. Take care.